morning, good afternoon, and possibly good evening, depending on where you are catching us today and which part of the world you're in. Welcome to the Business Brunch Live. This show is all for anybody, really, any professionals out there who are working from home, or maybe you're in the office and watching this with your earphones in. Who knows? This is to help you connect with other like-minded people, learn something new, and thrive in whatever job or role that you are doing now, or maybe one you're looking for. And we are absolutely delighted today to be joined by not one, but two guests. The wonderful couple, Kerrie and Adam Alexander, who are behaviour change lifestyle coaches, and they are here to talk to us today and help us understand how we can have fitter, healthier, better lives without spending hours in the gym. We can eat chips, I just found out, which is brilliant. And not going on crazy diets. We can eat chips. So they're going to be talking to us about that. And they are joining us from Cyprus. So welcome to both of you. Thank you for coming. And I hope you're ready for, I've got so many questions anyway, but I might let other people ask some. So if you've got any questions and you're listening in right now and you want to know, how do I control my weight? I keep going on diets, but then I come off them and then the weight goes back on, or I just can't get my head around exercising healthily rather than going mad or not doing it at all. These two are going to help you. Make sure you connect in with them on LinkedIn because they have great photos and stories to share with you as well. You may have noticed that Vanessa is in bed. She's not ill. She is on holiday and apparently doesn't have a room with good enough lighting other than one with a bed in it. So she's now doing the show from bed, not in bed. So hello, Vanessa from in bed.
Yes, I'm in Harlock, Wales, in my mother's bedroom. We're in a cottage. We've hired a cottage for the week with my mum and my son and the dogs, and so I could have had the week off, but I wanted to meet Kerrie and Adam, and I wanted to know all the secrets, so I couldn't miss this one.
Well, very dedicated. So for those of you who've never watched this show before, this is very much to help you just grow in any shape or form. We talk about a lot of different topics, but they're all related to helping you do, feel, or be better in whatever you do. I'm Sarah Farmer. I'm an executive global coach, and I work with people who want to develop their mindset, leadership skills, or business results. And then we've got the lovely Vanessa, who is on bed, who is our marketing expert. And what should we call you this week? What do you want to call
anything you like? Go and see some old things.
Value proposition genius.
So what was that?
Value proposition genius.
Value prop genius, queen of the value proposition. You name it, she's brilliant. And then the very, very fabulous Melinda Ward, who is we're now allowed to talk about this, aren't we?
I can now. It's public now.
Gainfully employed. Melinda Ward.
Differently employed, let's say.
Differently employed. She is our chief strategy, business consultant, guru, mentor, proper grown-up of the show, and she keeps us all together. So if you're out there, say hello. We shall just check in with you. What we normally do is say hi, check in, see how you are, see how your weekend was, and then we get into the learn bit of the show, which Kerrie and Adam are going to be helping us with today. So do say hi if you're there. And also just remember, if you've seen this before, you'll heard us say this before, if you're not seeing all of the comments coming in, do not panic, because we go live on about 60 million, that's an exaggeration, different channels across the world. That's not an exaggeration. And you may not see everybody's comments because they're coming in from different channels. So don't worry about that. But do say hi. So anyone said hello yet?
Not yet. So
do not be shy.
For all of those who are out there, please also let us know where you are and where you're calling in from or watching from. And also, if you have any advanced or early stage questions for Kerrie and Adam, sorry. I get the surname in the first.
Always happens. Don't worry. It always happens.
I keep wanting to call him Alex as well.
The main thing is you got my name right. The most important.
So if you have any early questions, drop them in. I've had a lot of friends talking to me lately about now that they're going back to the office, they're suddenly finding that all those suits and things that they had bought pre-COVID are maybe not fitting quite the way they used to fit. So that's kind of the harsh reality, is when you have to go back to like wearing things without so much stretch. So, so that's why we thought, especially with the Easter holidays coming up, now is a great time for us to have some expertise in this area, and also how to manage stress, because a lot of us, I think, are more prone to reach for perhaps less healthy things when we're under more stress. So those two things go very closely together. And now
I love a stretchy trouser waistband. I am a big fan, and I'm never going back to anything structured ever again.
We have a few comments now come in.
Joe's joined us. Hi, Joe, from the Midlands in the drizzle. We're going to ask the Alexanders in a minute what the weather's like in Cyprus, and we won't feel at all jealous, although apparently it has been a little cool. And hi, Glenn.
Glenn from North Wales. So it's probably equally a bit grey and drizzly there. A bit chilly, I expect. And then
Danny's in. Hey, Danny. Danny is a regular of the show. We love Danny being there. Thanks for coming back, Danny. We're here just jealous of Wales and Cyprus. I think you'd be more jealous of Cyprus, just.
Yeah. And we've got Michael from Farnborough Airport. So
not far from me, Michael. I'm down in Chiddingfold, so not too far from Farnborough Airport. I've just seen Joe's comment come in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
To be fair, I am like a big fan of the loungewear fabrics in more professional structures, because my jacket is actually fleece. So it looks a bit more professional, but it's still cozy and stretchy.
Glenn, I'm with you. Stretchy suit, new thing maybe. Melinda's rocking it today and it looks gorgeous. Yeah, let's why do we have to stuff ourselves into structured things that make our tummies ache? I don't know. Seems crazy, doesn't it? So whilst we're waiting for more people to say hi, I'm very welcome to anybody that's just joined the show. Let's pop over and say hello to our lovely guests today. So tell us what's going on in Cyprus, guys, and a little bit about yourselves and what you do. But let's start with weather.
Well, for a start, it's not very glamorous, is it? Like our background, we were meant to be outside, but we're
it's a little bit windy today.
A little bit windy, but we're right by the airport, so we wouldn't want to cause any harm with all the planes coming over. So here we are in our office setup, and the weather's about 25
degrees.
Yeah.
Okay,
so it's officially
now we're not interested.
It's
short flip-flop season
until December.
That's it.
And I found out just before we came on the show that I've been going to Cyprus on holiday for about the last 7 years to literally where you live. So I don't know why I've never bumped into you before, but I am now going to come and stalk you the next time we're over there. I love Cyprus. So what do you do? Give us a brief overview of what it is you do and what you're planning on helping our lovely listeners with today.
Awesome. So the main thing we do is help people create a healthy lifestyle. We help them lose weight in a sustainable way while still enjoying a life. Because for so many people, it's always felt like to lose weight, it has to be really hard, and it has to be a lot of work, it has to be a lot of time, and it has to be a lot of effort. And for them, it always feels like lifestyle has to shrink to get a result.
The key is it has to be a sacrifice.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Whereas we're all about showing about health, the life you gain, because when you get better, when you get more energy and more clarity, everything gets better in whatever area you love, because we all have different passions, right? Whether that be work, kids, partners, travel, but everything gets better. So we're all about showing people how with behaviour change coaching, you can lose weight, get healthier, have more energy, and life gets more vibrant.
Ooh, I love that. And I did say to you earlier, I mean, this is so right up my street. I don't do anything with weight or health specifically, but my line of work is very much around working on post behind me, about mindset, getting the right behaviours to support the right actions, and then you get the results. And a lot of people do a lot of crazy things to lose weight. They save it for the 1st of January and I'm going to go on a diet, and we know that doesn't work because you fixed your needs on a date, not on the real needs of you. And it sounds like you're going to tell us a little bit about how people can focus on the future that they want. Is that what you do as well, to help them see what is possible? and
That's
feel
it.
excited by that.
Yeah, we've got I'll go. There's somebody else saying hi, but this
There it is.
the conversation here. We've got some validation already from someone who's clearly a fan.
We didn't pay
Yes,
him.
no, we haven't paid
There's no commission here.
No, so basically, Simon actually jumped in, like, working with me in November, and he had been struggling to lose weight for like 20 years. You know, go on a diet, come off a diet, on a diet, off a diet, you know, spending a lot of time doing exercise. Oh, that's it. But then when he goes back to work, he's like, I can't exercise now, so the weight goes back on.
Just stuck on hamster
yeah,
wheel.
just that cycle.
Yeah.
So like with Simon, we just took it nice and slowly, how we do, just do one block at a time, one habit at a time. And he's on his lunch break, and he you know, in the 12 weeks, because we did he came onto my 12-week Back in Charge Blueprint program, and in 12 weeks he lost a total of 14.5 kilos.
Wow.
That, yeah, we're all going to be a bit like, oof. Can I ask you just a quick aside? And this is obviously nothing to do with the fact that I'm 50 and take estrogen. But if you were 50 and were taking estrogen, and yes, you can eat chips. We've had this, but weight gain, and this will be a lot of women watching this who are either coming up to having a menopause or maybe perimenopause or that time in life. Why do you gain weight, and does your program still work on people like them? Obviously not me, who's not 50 and taking estrogen.
Yes.
And gaining weight.
No, it does. No, it does. Like,
oh, okay, good. Listen up, ladies. Then listen up. I'm listening.
Of course, you know, with women, when they come to that time of, you know, of life, things get more harder. There's a lot more hormones going on. There's lots of different moving parts. But
I think drooping parts is the
moving, but moving south, being.
But again, it's if you get the right information into it and the right understanding, and actually, if you just focus on the small actions that you need to focus on,
and stay consistent
and consistency, then it will get there. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, everyone's going to lose 14.5 kilos like Simon. But, you know, you will still get the benefits of it.
Oh, brilliant.
I think as well, there's this general feeling like we have to really overcomplicate things to lose weight. And especially when, like, as individuals, we might be going through different stages of life or things come up. And especially as women, these things, we think we have to do really special diets for us to have the result. But like I said, it's not. It's just the one thing that people won't like to hear is sometimes you just have to be patient.
Yeah.
We put a lot of expectation on having to achieve a result in a certain time frame, and if we don't, we throw our toys out of the pram. And also sometimes as well, it's coming away from, yes, scale weight is obviously important for people, but there's so many other factors for you. Am I talking to you, Vanessa?
Vanessa's loving it. She's actually doing leg raises in bed as we speak.
Yep. Yeah. But do you know what I mean? Like, as women in particular, we're like, oh, what does the scale say? What does the scale say? And then if we step on it one morning and it doesn't reflect a number we think we deserve from the work we've maybe put in just for maybe 2 weeks, like we call it, am I allowed to swear? The fuck it mode, right? Yeah. And we just think, sod it, I'm going for the wine, I'm going for the chocolate, bish, bash, bosh. Whereas actually, like, there's so many other tangible factors for data that shows that we're moving in the right direction. And if you just keep focusing on that 1% a day, you're going to get to where you want to be.
Well, there's also the challenge too, where gaining muscle, the scale won't necessarily move. So you could be changing your ratios, like you could be losing fat and gaining muscle, and sure, the scale's not going to move, but you're going to be so much healthier. So I think there's also historically been way too much focus on the scale versus the tape measure and how things fit and how you feel, your lung capacity, all the other goods, like more tangible things.
Yeah.
Did I just distract you then, Melinda, by putting this bit up?
Yes, I was holding that until
So,
after.
Richard, thank you for joining us. If you are just joining us and wondering, and you did come in on a bit when we talked about drooping parts, we're talking to Kerrie and Adam Alexander about how to get fitter, healthier, happier, more better, sustainable ways of living our lives without spending hours in the gym or going on crazy diets. And we were talking about the fact that we all get to a certain stage in life where things might start to just, loosen up a bit and start to head south. That's where we started with that. So it's not going anywhere dangerous, Richard. Hang on in there. This is all about healthy living, healthy eating, but having the support to do it. And as you were talking then, I was just thinking about how people think they can do it on their own. And it's, as we all know, when we've got an accountability partner or someone who really knows their stuff, if we have a dip when it hasn't gone quite right, if someone isn't there to pick you back up, our brain is so happy to take us back down an old familiar path of, oh, sod it didn't work, I'll just go back to how I was. So you must really see people coming to you with that need all the time, is pick me back up, put me back on the path, which is, I guess, why it's so important to work with experts, not just pick up a program and give it a go yourself. You need to be there. Do you do that with your clients?
Yes. So a lot of how our program is based around is about creating habits. So like that's the fundamental part of our program, is about creating habits. Like, we don't just give people a diet plan or an exercise plan and go, right, you need to eat this, or you need to exercise for 2 hours a day and all of this. We don't do that. We create habits. So if they're coming to us, they're working with us, so then we're with them. But the accountability. But then when they're not with us, they can still continue their journey.
Yeah.
So for example, like Simon,
bit of blended learning going on.
Yeah. So a bit like Simon, he he's not working with me anymore, but I check in with him and his weight loss is still going down.
Well done, Simon.
So that's what it's about.
Because it's like giving them the toolbox.
That's it.
It's kind of like you're accountable with them on the journey, but the end goal is for anyone, because they don't want to work with us forever, right? They want to get to a point where they can be accountable to themselves, because they're so confident in what they're doing that they've got the complete toolbox, and they're like, I've had someone with my arm around me for this part. I've got like all my wheels in motion, and I'm good. I'm ready to go. But
I guess by then you've helped them create the new behavioural pattern. So I talk about them being motorways in the brain. So instead of getting to the precipice of one motorway and going, I'll go down my usual pattern, they now have a choice, and you've helped them find the choice, which is brilliant.
Exactly. And that's what we do as well, because when people first start, and especially like after they speak to us sometimes for the first time, they've got this motivation. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Like it's there. January the 1st, I'm going to lose weight I'm going to do it this time. And then you've got that motivation for a week, 2 weeks. And then what happens? The motivation goes. And then what happens is that then, because you haven't got the habits in place,
the normal
the old habits come back in place.
Absolutely.
And then, for example, like we mentioned stress earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, like the normal triggers come back up. So the old patterns and behaviours come back up. And then that path you were going on, it's just complete blur, and you go back off in that way.
That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. So
but the weird thing is, like with weight, is most people have this real thing in their heads that it's my body, I should be able to do it myself. And there's like this real like pride around it, isn't it? Don't like asking for help when it comes to weight. It's like, it's my body, I should just do it. But if we take any other aspect of life, whether it be our hair, we could all do it ourselves, but I'm pretty sure this colour wouldn't turn out how it's supposed to be. I mean, but seriously, like if
you're absolutely right.
In any other area, you don't hesitate to get it, do you? Because you know that by getting the help, you're going to get the clarity, the speed, the direction, focus to move you there with ease.
A bit of it, I think, is, and I find this as well with clients, and I think we will all resonate with this a bit, is the procrastination piece, which is, I'll pretend I can do it myself, and then I'll prove to myself it was a waste of time. Then I didn't waste any money. Actually, all you did was waste your own time and kid yourself. So it is a procrastination thing, saying I won't get the help that I need. I should be able to do it myself. Melinda, you were going to add something.
Yeah, there's the whole concept that we grow up with as well, the you are what you eat idea. And as a result, I think a lot of people feel very instantly defensive if someone is questioning or commenting on what they're eating. And if you're going to a nutrition specialist or a fitness specialist and you think, oh, gee, you know, I'm going to be told off for what I'm eating. I'm going to be judged for what I'm eating. So I think there's a lot of resistance around that, where people are like, they kind of, on one hand, they know they could improve, but on the other hand, they don't want to be told that because that makes it real. And it also makes them accountable for it, where, you know, you can't deny it when, you know, it's something that everybody's looking at, so to speak. So I think, yeah, you've tapped into like a really emotional area for a lot of people as well. And where it's hard for folks to come and get help for like business coaching and things, I think it's perhaps even more difficult to get help with like lifestyle changes like that. It's one thing to go to a gym and hire a PT for an hour because that's very contained, but this is a much broader, like holistic approach to a whole, you know, your approach to life, isn't it?
Massively. It's kind of like, and like you just said it yourself, you know, PT is great in that session, but then what happens for the other 23 hours of the day? You know,
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, right? PT has that place and time, and there's nothing wrong with thinking like, I want to go to the gym and I just want someone to tell me what to do. But if you want to just take full ownership and really make this a lifestyle that you hold the reins, it's kind of like being okay with, you know, taking all the shit off the table and just looking at what's going on with you.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you've got Alan's going to be calling you just after this. He's no longer allowed to be the world heavyweight champion of weight loss procrastination and good intent. He's going to change that and be the less weighty champion of behavioural change. So give us an idea then of maybe a client, or obviously not allowed to give names other than Simon, who's eating his lunch, very healthy lunch, I hope. What kind of things do you do? What can people like us do and just pick up without too much worry? I mean, what are the top tips that you give to people, and maybe show that in one of the case studies that you've worked on?
Do you want to answer that one?
Yeah, sure. So first one is just take 5 minutes to really think about who you want to be in the future. You know, like if you've lost the weight, if you get that notepad out, Vanessa. You know, think about
I was just doing exactly the same. Yes, carry on, speak up. We're taking it. It's very important.
Think about who you want to be in the future. You know, what do you look like? You know, what weight are you? What does your fitness look like? What size clothes are you wearing? You know, what dress size are you?
All the clothes in my wardrobe that I want to get back into 5 years ago is the answer. Carry on.
So you think about that, okay? And like it's what we like to call be to do, do to be. So for you to become that person in the future that you want to be, you've got to start doing the actions that person does.
Yeah.
So if you can do those actions that person in the future does,
you will get the result.
Then it'll be inevitable that you will then be that person. Does that make sense?
What I've written on the flip chart, which just happily coincides with what you're saying. Get your mindset right. If you set your mind on the future, the actions that you take are of that person that you want to be instead of the person you don't want to be, and that impacts your results. Exactly. Or keep doing the same thing and getting the same results, but stop moaning.
Yeah.
I literally did a video on that the other day. Yeah, like insanity. Keep doing the same thing. Nothing changes if nothing changes, right?
No.
Yeah.
So you're talking about visualization, which is brilliant, really useful technique to look at what you want to be, feel, do, whatever it is you want to have in the future, because that allows our brain to connect to that. And even if we only glimpse it, we can start to move towards it. Exactly. Then it's about changing the actions. So what are they some of, you know, I don't want you to obviously give away everything.
Right, that's fine.
You mean like daily actions?
Yeah.
So what do you get people to do? What are the top things you get people to do?
Very simply, like one of the very basic things we work on is hydration.
Drink more water.
Drink more water. Most people go down it. Most people are, at the desk, coffee, or if not coffee, we hit the 3 p.m. slump, and it's, like the sugar drink, the hit with the
can of Coke.
Oh, by the way, we don't cut these things out Coke Zero. So very practically and simply, it's increase your hydration. And if you're like, well, what does that look like for me? What I'd say to someone is, well, what are you currently drinking right now in terms of water?
Yeah.
And double that and start
not
there.
Even that. Not
Oh,
even
that's scary because I already
Yeah,
drink
no, you can't
2.5
don't
liters a day.
Don't drink.
I might never leave the house.
Hold on, they're having a row. They're having a row. What are you rowing about?
Yeah. So to make it even easier, Melinda's like how much are you drinking? Like, how much did you drink yesterday? How much water did you drink?
About 2.5 liters.
Cool.
Ooh,
So
good.
for you to
That's quite a lot
improve
for
that,
most people.
So for you to improve that, I'd say, great. Drink more water today than you did yesterday. Could you do that?
Probably not if I had to leave the house.
Could you drink 2.6 liters of water?
Yeah, I mean, I usually average between 2 and 3 a day. I would say.
Great. So that's all you need to do. Just drink more than you did yesterday.
And I guess if you're drinking between 2 and 3, you're at that. My understanding is that's about the right level. That's a good level to drink, isn't it? So, and not everybody's going to have the same problem. So once you've noticed that maybe someone like Melinda is drinking enough, and then you've got people like me that really aren't, that's probably it. I could easily triple or quadruple that. So what else do people could they look out for?
Yeah. So then like the next thing would be food. Okay. So I really, because I've got free guides that I give away, and it's to help people, and I'll be more than happy to share it to anyone.
How can they get hold of that, Adam?
If they just go to either my LinkedIn or my Facebook and send me a message for the free guide, or Kerrie's, they can
just
do
say
that.
free guide,
or just put free guide in these comments in this video. Then I'll be more than happy to send it to them. Okay.
Free guide.
Free guides.
Yes.
That's it. So, and it's only with 3 simple steps. Like if you follow it, you could lose up to 5 pounds in 5 days with 3 simple steps. Okay. So the first step was water. Right. Just drink more water than you did yesterday. That's the first one.
Can I just ask a question? Is that because if you're drinking more water, you're not as hungry? Is that no?
No, but some people do. What's the word? Mistake.
Yeah.
Hunger for thirst.
Yes.
Because people don't drink enough, so it's like, I'll just have a snack. Because actually, have some water, and you're all good.
Yeah, but the real reason is to get more water into the cells, to hydrate the cells.
Okay.
Which then frees up the fat cells to then be burnt. So that's more of a scientific reason for it.
But this is all in the free guide, which I think we're all going to be piling into in about 20 minutes.
The second thing that you need to do is to, when it comes to food, how I tell my people to lose weight in 5 days is to have no carbs until your evening meal.
Oh,
smart hack that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm not saying cut
Just
them
to
out.
be clear, before anyone says no,
I'm not saying cut them out.
We have carbs. We regularly enjoy carbs, but wait till dinner to have them.
Yeah. Wait till the evening meal to have them.
Look at our faces.
All right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would have done it the other way around. So this is interesting. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, if you want to have white pasta, white rice, have it, please.
White bread.
Because let's be honest, brown rice, brown pasta, it doesn't taste that nice.
Or cauliflower rice.
So you can have white rice, white pasta.
Oh my God, my kids will be so happy.
Yeah.
I'm like, eat the brown bread. We don't want the brown bread, we want the white bread. It's not good for you, but now I know it's fine.
Yeah, like have it like that. That's not a problem. Okay.
Marvelous.
So we've got.
I'm assuming you're supposed to eat more than actually white bread.
Oh yeah, no, of course, yeah. You just don't have a plate full of white bread.
Yeah, just that. That's a loaf of white bread
out.
Yeah, get that Hovis doorstop out.
Yeah,
but, there's dinner, kids.
But people think that they need to remove carbs to lose weight. You don't need to.
Could you answer this from Alistair, please? Thanks for your question, Alistair. What's the science of no carbs before dinner?
It's not science.
Oh,
Psychology. So Alistair, what would you be then having if you can't have carbs for breakfast or lunch?
God.
Proteins
Fruits,
and
veg.
veg.
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
And if we said proteins, like, no, do you know what they would be?
In my case, like for breakfast, for example, it's usually berries and yogurt. So,
Okay.
so that
See,
would
that's
be
fine. Like, there's
protein.
no carbs in that.
Pardon?
So there's no carbs there. So that's perfect.
Usually there's a handful of oats in there as well, though. But
Okay, that's not a problem. Okay, but the reason I do that is so then it gets people thinking about them having better nutrition. Because if you was to compare, like a bowl of Cocoa Pops, which some men, very highly successful men, actually, when you speak to their food, I have Cocoa Pops. Like, how old are you? 5?
If you take them,
that's my husband this morning. He had Cocoa Pops.
Exactly, right?
Love it. But like I said, if you take away the Cocoa Pot option, and then you've got to think about nutrition, so something like eggs in the morning.
But on what? Because I'm now thinking eggs on
a plate.
On a plate. I know what a plate, but I'm not going to eat
just eggs.
Well, the thing is,
Cadbury's.
And I don't know if I'm the only person that's like this, but if I don't have a big enough breakfast, I am eating by 11 o'clock. And that is usually, so for me, it's got to be something like porridge with a banana in it. Or listen, I'm not massively overweight. I just want to lose a few pounds. And I guess that's the point, isn't it? It's got to be, if you've got a lot to lose, you're going to be stricter, maybe. Or are you going to say, actually, no, it's about the mindset. Can you keep me full until 1 o'clock if I'm just
protein will do that, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why we go for protein.
And guaranteed, most people don't have enough protein in the diet. But the thing with protein, it keeps you fuller for longer. And I can't say satisfied. What's the word?
Yeah, and also
you satisfied. It keeps you satisfied, and also
the energy just keeps keeps it for longer as well.
Your body also has to burn more calories to digest it.
Okay.
So there's so many benefits to having
Simon's giving us his theory, and it's obviously worked for him. So he had a smoothie this morning and a chicken salad for lunch, jacket potato and prawn tonight. Surprised about the carb plan too. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, whenever anything's different, we always question it and think, oh, hold on, this feels really weird. But actually, if you want to give it a whirl, what are you going to lose? Exactly. This advice is exactly opposite of what I've been doing. That said, what have I been doing didn't work. There you go, Alan. You just coached yourself into a call with these lovely people.
And for those of you who are missing the crunchy Cocoa Pops in the morning, I've found organic cocoa nibs, which have like no sugar or anything else. I put a handful of those in the yogurt in the morning, and it's great. Nice. So you get the antioxidants, you get the crunch, you get the chocolate flavor, but without the sugar bomb. So
that's it.
And have you got in this free guide? Have you got suggested meal not replacements, but just different things we can try? So for people like me that go, oh, what do you mean I can't have my porridge in the morning? You could just go actually have a think about these things. Is that all in there, or is that part of a bespoke thing that you do when you're working with clients?
I'm trying to remember back. I think it might actually be in the free guide. Okay. Because I've got so many free guides out there. I think it is actually one is in there. But then I give examples of what they could be having as well. Yeah, no, it is.
Okay, brilliant. Simon loves it.
Yeah, because I quite like the principles of like eat this, not that, because a lot of times we're making choices that we think are more healthy, but they're not. It's like I remember seeing a comparison once years ago of like a bran muffin on a plate with like a glass of orange juice or something next to another plate that had like 2 eggs and some mushrooms on it and some ham or something. And the question was, which is the healthier breakfast if you're trying to lose weight? And everybody was picking the bran muffin, but actually the muffin was full of sugars, full of fat,
high calories,
and wouldn't keep you full for very long. And then when you looked at like the fry, the moderate fry up, it was just like, oh, well, yeah, I might rather have that.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And
So I've got a question. Sorry, can I ask this one? Because
Yeah, please do.
I'm on holiday. I'm on holiday now, and so I'm kind of there are treats. The cottage is full of treats, but obviously we've got a beach nearby. So the idea is I'm going to balance it. I'm allowing myself some treats as long as I go for big walks and things. But Easter is coming up, and this is how I've talked about this. How are we going to get through Easter and the Choc-fest? Help us.
You want to answer on me?
You can go for it.
I think there's two ways of looking at it, right? There's some people who just want to enjoy Easter and they have a goal, but it's not like, so vital that they make that goal. So the best advice I would say is if you want to enjoy it, just enjoy it, but then don't moan about it after. Enjoy it, be like, I just want to have the chocolate and crack on. Or the other option is if your goal is really important to you, have some, but you don't have to like smash 5 eggs,
Yeah.
Moderation.
Or like one day instead of 1 week of chocolate.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
So Dawn, what do you think of Dawn's comment? Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, Dawn. Try eggs on 90 seconds of bread made from almond flour, egg butter and baking soda. 90-second microwave, then either toast or put in the pan to brown off. Ooh. Thoughts? Sound good?
I've never tried it.
Yeah, give it a go. Like I've never tried that.
Okay.
I'm being honest. I love cooking, but for me, time's very precious in the mornings. Trying to get
two
two
little
kids, is absolutely crazy. So
what do you have for breakfast then?
So I actually have eggs every morning. Like it's just like my staple.
Constipated after a while. Sorry, that's probably a bit gay. If anyone's just joined this as well, and I do ask some straightforward questions.
No, it doesn't make girls constipated.
Good. Asking for a friend, and so just on its own, just on their own.
No, so I like to mix it up because we can have a variety. And then we're not talking about Cadbury's eggs, by the way. This is
right, okay.
I generally like to have. If I'm just like short of time, I'll just do scrambled eggs with spinach, like simple, quick go. If I have a little bit more time, I might have an omelette. Again, I do have a bit of an obsession with spinach, so that is definitely going to be in there with some peppers or mushrooms. Another staple, like we absolutely love brunch on the weekend. It's like our family thing to do. So it might be then poached eggs on bread with like smoked salmon, cream cheese, avocado. That's like a little bit of a weekend spice up. But generally, mine's eggs in the morning.
That's yours.
Ad will make a smoothie,
smoothie
with a protein smoothie. And the kids love it as well.
Yeah, like they're literally round me as I'm making it, like trying to get involved.
What do you stick in it then, Adam? Because some of these protein smoothies are rank.
Yeah, so what I do is I use a protein powder. Vanilla protein powder.
Because it mixes well with everything.
And then I put in some broccoli.
No.
I then put in a handful of spinach.
Mental.
Yeah, I put in a handful of spinach. I also put in some berries, so blueberries, and then a little bit of banana. Okay. If I want it thicker, I then put in a little bit of avocado as well.
And do you have a particular protein powder that you recommend, or do you make one yourself, or what?
Yeah, no. So like being in Cyprus is getting access to things is a little bit more tricky,
challenging. Yeah.
But when we was in the UK, we used to use Arbonne protein powder because it's vegan.
Sarah Cooper, if you're not watching this and you don't watch it on replay, you'll be missing out because she is our Arbonne representative extraordinaire.
Yeah. So we used to use that, like just how it blended, just the taste of it. Also, it didn't make us gassy either when we had.
That's important.
But whilst we're in Cyprus, we just use my protein.
Yeah.
Like just use their one because I find for me that doesn't make me bloated or gassy. So that's the best thing.
I think if anyone's thinking, what protein should I buy if I was going to use one, I would recommend a vegan one over a whey, because the whey is an animal protein, so it makes it harder for the body to digest, whereas pea protein is a lot easier.
And also it stops that gassiness.
Yeah.
Alan's got a much more sensible question than mine. Does the cholesterol issue worry you with eggs?
No. I, on average, have 4 eggs a day.
I think that's been
your cholesterol level
disproven. I
is?
think the whole egg cholesterol
Yeah,
thing.
there's no, even though there's cholesterol
Over
in
time,
eggs,
it's been disproven,
it
hasn't it?
doesn't. Yeah, even though there's cholesterol in eggs, when it goes into the body, it doesn't increase the body's cholesterol levels. In fact, it does the opposite.
Oh, Alan, you really are getting blown out of the water here. He's trying to find a way to.
No. He's not. No, I'm being honest. Right, these are all very good questions.
No, I'm kidding.
You know,
I do know Alan.
It's a great question. It's a great
I'm
question.
pulling his leg.
Yeah, but for years we've been told that, weren't we? To say limit eggs and don't have egg yolks and things like that.
It's like we've been told that carbs make you fat.
Oh no, hang on a minute. It's sugar makes you fat.
Sugar makes you fat.
Oh no, hang on. It was fat. Don't eat fat.
That makes you fat.
It's
and,
like,
and then
what's the next thing
that
is?
Yeah, there's like the high carb, low protein diet because protein makes you fat. So
that's it.
Yeah, it's just whatever you're seeing in the tabloids is probably not legit health advice anymore.
Right. If you've got any final questions for our fabulous guests today, who are blowing our minds with things that we didn't know, believed were true and they aren't, and basically are just going to help us change the way that we think and feel about food for a start, which is brilliant. We haven't even touched on the exercise side of things, and
I know.
I don't think
that was actually my third tip.
I was just about to say my third tip.
What is the third tip quickly, and then we'll wrap up because you're giving away so much gold. It's brilliant. Thank you.
So it's basically right. Is like no, I'm talking. It's basically drink more water than you were yesterday. Okay, no carbs until dinner, and then do 3 30-minute bouts of exercise.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it could be a walk.
And whatever that is for you. One of the things, like, we're just going to throw this out there, that's really important with what we do for people is make sure it's what makes you feel good and you enjoy it. If I'm telling someone, right, Karen, go and run, and Karen can't run, and Karen hates running, that's not going to work. So it's like 30 minutes, but use that 30 minutes to move your body in whatever way makes you feel good. So
it could be dance, it could be
dance,
anything.
Whatever makes you feel good, just move more again and move more than yesterday.
That's it.
And Alan, no, making bacon sarnies is not exercise before you ask that question in a minute. And agree, bacon sarnies are good, yes, but without the bread.
Well, unless he has it for his evening meal, and then it's perfect.
Switch it around.
Switch it up. There you go.
Switch it up a little. Yeah, there we go. Well, listen, we are rapidly running out of time. I think you can tell from the amount of comments we've had, people have found this very interesting, and I know people will watch this on catch up. So if you are watching this later, please put a #replay in the comments. Ask any questions. Do tag in Kerrie or Adam into your questions so that they know to come back to you, because it'll alert them on LinkedIn. Go to their LinkedIn profiles. Follow them, connect in with them, get the freebie that they've just talked about, or just write freebie in here and they'll come and show you where the link is. Alan's having a lovely time today, winner. Thank you for coming, Alan. And what else I was going to ask you? Is there anything you've got coming up? I think you mentioned something about you've got a program that they can do, or is there a beta program, a new program you're starting?
Yes. Yeah. So literally it's like 3 weeks old. And I've literally taken everything that me and Kerrie do in our one-to-one programs, where we get really in depth and all of that, but we've just streamlined it. So we're running through a group of people at the moment on that to get everything that we got in here, but in a very simple format, like step-by-step guide.
Like drip fed.
So it's like drip fed.
And you do it as a group, so you've got an accountability group as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, I'm in. Yeah. How do you get the link?
I'm going to find out more.
So
all you got to do for that is just message me or add beta.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And then we can have a discussion about that.
I can't type in here for some reason. I have just tried, but I will do it. Please, program, please, help, please. And if you can do one specifically, I don't know, someone just said for 50-year-old women on estrogen, that would be brilliant. I don't know who keeps asking for that.
But we've got several people who have been very active in the show, which is great. Anybody who has any follow-up questions, feel free to connect with Adam and Kerrie Alexander. And we've got some thanks coming in from Gail Harvey and from Joe Morgan as well.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming. And thank you both so much for joining us today. I mean, I know this is just literally scratching the surface of what you guys do. And I personally am very interested to find out more, because I know the benefit of having somebody in your corner helping you with something that's bothering you. It's much easier to do it when someone's there, and you two clearly know your stuff. You're great fun. Really grateful to have you on the show. Thank you. And hopefully you'll come back again one day and tell us a little bit more.
Whenever you want us, that's
Thank you. It's been really good fun. It
really
went really
nice.
quick.
Yeah, didn't it?
We didn't even talk about setting up a business and moving to Cyprus, which is the other thing that makes
that's a special show all of its own.
Next time. You two are very inspirational. So yeah, get in touch with them. Have a chat with Kerrie and Adam. And yeah, thanks, Danny. Nice to have you on board again. And we shall see you all next week. Ladies, do we know who's on next week? I know we have a guest. Or is it bank holiday next week? No.
No, we're back next week. And
It's the weekend
following
Easter Monday.
Yeah. Something's happening next week. We've got guests galore, amazing people. It might be Danny Atias next week. We've got an amazing leader coming in to talk about human-centered leadership. We've also, it might be Amy. Amy's coming in to talk about her videography and stuff like that. We've got so much good stuff coming out. So if it's the first time you've watched the show, tune in every week, 12:30 UK time, whatever time it is in your world. But we shall see you next week. Kerrie, Adam, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
You've been wonderful, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everyone. Have a good week.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.